Good morning, students. Today's Thursday, April 16th, and here is what you are going to do today. So you are going to be writing a compare and contrast piece over the course of the next couple weeks. So you're going to just get started today. So what we want you to do is first watch this video. It's a comparing and contrasting kind of explanation video that goes over a few basics. And that is the first thing. Remember, when you click on this, please mark it as complete when you have watched the video. And then next, you are going to open this document that is going to walk you through the process of creating a comparing and contrasting essay. So this document looks like this, and it kind of goes over a few things. So the first part, the part that you're going to do today, is part 1. And you can see that we have the header here that says part 1 is starting. And if you scroll down, end of part 1 is right here. Part 2 will be assigned on another day, okay? And then there's also a part 3, which is to write a final draft, but you don't have to worry about that right now. So you are just responsible for part 1 today. It looks long, but that's just because we have some introductory information at the top. So it goes over what is comparing and contrasting. So you just explain, basically when you're comparing and contrasting, you're explaining what is similar or the same between two different items, and you're talking about what is different between two or more items. We also have a word bank. So if you were comparing things, you could use these words. If you were contrasting things, saying how things are different, you could use these words. And this is just a word bank for you to think about and potentially use when you're writing your essay. This is what a compare and contrast text has. These are the components of the text. So you need an introductory statement, which explains what items are being compared. So I am comparing apples and oranges. Those would be the items that you're comparing. The body of the text tells you what are the similarities and what are the differences and talks about those. And then the conclusion draws everything back together and refers back to your introduction. What you are doing today, you're going to pick one of these two topics, either the yellow topic or the orange topic. The yellow topic is, I think, a little bit more challenging just because you're talking about texts that you've had to deal with and videos. And the orange is more about personal experiences. You'll notice that you are going to be in the yellow comparing to the top of Everest, which is the text that you read last. So to the top of Everest, that blog, right? To the videos. So what are some things? Oops, that's an ad, but this was the drone footage of Everest. And this was the video that talked about like getting to the top of Everest and how it's such a challenge. And you'd be comparing those two videos to this text. So you need to reread or skim to the top of Everest again, rewatch or quickly take notes on the videos about Mount Everest, and then you're writing your compare and contrast essay between those two. What is the same and what is different? For the second option, for the orange option here, you are talking about the differences and similarities in traditional school, meaning like normal school when you would be coming into Northwood Junior High and going to all your classes and seeing your friends and your teachers. And you're comparing that to now, what we're doing with e-learning. And you're going to talk about the similarities and differences between those two situations. So your first task is to select which topic you are going to talk about. And then your last thing that you need to do today is to do some pre-writing brainstorming. You are going to, so let's say you pick traditional school versus e-learning. Then you would change this to traditional school, right? And you would change this to e-learning. And you would say, what are the differences between e-learning and traditional school? You could say, here I'm in my room, and in traditional school you'd be at school / in classrooms, right? So you'd be making comparisons, seeing what's different. And then if you find something the same, you'd say like still learning. New material, right? So this is how you're creating some ideas to think about what ways school is different and school is the same. Now you would do the same thing if you were choosing to the top of Everest versus the videos. You'd pick top of Everest over here and videos over here. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. This is all you need to do for today. So when you are done, you need to go back into Otis, click this box and mark it as complete, because we will have you continue to brainstorm and organize your thoughts probably next Thursday. If you have any questions, please join one of our Jump In Zoom sessions today or email, and we can always set up a specific private Zoom with you so you can go over and ask questions that you have. Thanks and have a great Thursday.